Hello and welcome to Daily Current Affairs by Neo IAS. So today on 3rd September 2019, our topics are Midday Meal Scheme, then Gaganyaan, Gold Monetization Scheme, then Employees Pension Scheme, Current Affair Capsule, Map-Aided Program and the previous year question revision series. So let's move to our first topic, that is Midday Meal Scheme. Okay. So, the news is that due to substandard midday meal, UP files FIR against the reporter on charges of criminal conspiracy and fraud. Okay, this is the related news. So, first let's talk about midday meal scheme. So, the midday meal scheme or the MDMS, first you have to know the concerned ministry. So, whenever you are studying any scheme, please know the concerned ministry. So, here the concerned ministry, it is the Ministry of Human Resource Development. Okay. So, this midday meal scheme, it was started in 1995 as a part of National Program for Nutritional Support to Primary Education. Okay. So, this midday meal scheme, it is covered by the National Food Security Act of 2013. Clear? Then, actually, this midday meal scheme, we know it is a centrally sponsored scheme, and basically it covers all school children who are studying in classes from class 1 to class 8 of the government or the government aided schools. Clear? So, we can say as a whole, this scheme covers more than 12 crore children who are studying in 11 lakh schools across the country. Okay, so it covers a vast range of students. And talking about its main objective, we know the main objective of this midday meal scheme is to improve the nutritional status of children who are studying in the elementary classes in schools which are covered under the scheme, and the government, they provides them home cooked meal. Okay, and also the scheme, its guidelines, they also envisage to provide cooked midday meal scheme with particular calorie value. Okay, specific values are being given for the primary level and also for the upper primary level. And for the primary level, they said 450 calories and 12 gram of protein to every children at the primary level. And in the upper primary level, it is 700 calories and 20 gram of protein. Okay, so this is the specific calorie value which is being given in this midday meal scheme. And also, our government of India, the government of India has issued a guidelines regarding its quality, safety, and also hygiene on school level kitchens to all states and union territories. And they also, these guidelines, they provide special instruction to schools to procure ACMAR quality. Okay, and also branded items for the preparation of midday meal schemes. And they also said that this meals, it should be tasted by 2 to 3 adult members, including at least one teacher, before being serving to the children. Okay. And further, the MDM rules 2015 provide for the mandatory testing. Okay, mandatory testing of the food samples by government recognized laboratories in order to ensure that these meals, they meet proper nutritional standards and quality. Okay, so we can say first it should procure an ACMAR quality, then it should be branded items, should be used for making the food items, and also this meal, it should be tasted by 2 to 3 adult members including the teacher, and also this food samples, it should be tested to find out that they meet particular nutritional standards and quality. Okay, so these are the guidelines given by the government of India. Then let's move to our second topic, that is Gaganyaan. So the news is that the Russia is going to train 4 Indian astronauts for Gaganyaan. Then you know this Gaganyaan mission. It is India's first Indian human mission, and it will be launched by the Indian Space Research Organization by 2022. Okay. So, this program, we know it will make India the fourth nation in the world to launch a human space flight mission. Okay, so what is that? So far, only USA, Russia and China, they have launched human space flight mission. So, if India succeeds in launching the human flight mission, it will be the fourth country. Okay, then, so about Gaganyaan, you know this Gaganyaan, it's an Indian crewed orbital spacecraft, and it is mainly it is intended to send 3 astronauts to space for a minimum of 7 days by 2022. Okay, as a part of the Indian human space flight program. Okay, this is the basic idea regarding the Gaganyaan. And it consists of a service module and also a crew module, and collectively it is known as orbital module. And next you have to know ISRO's GSLV Mk3. It is a 3-stage heavy lift launch vehicle, and this vehicle, that is ISRO's GSLV Mk3 vehicle, it will be used to launch Gaganyaan. Okay. And also the spacecraft, it will be placed in a low Earth orbit of 300 to 400 kilometers. Clear? Then the main objectives of the mission, you know, it is to enhance the science and technology levels in the country, and also it is to inspire the youth and even the development of technology or social benefits, and also improving international collaboration. Okay, these are some of the objectives of the mission. Clear? Then our next topic, that is gold monetization scheme. So the news is that the Revenue Secretary, Mr. Ajay Bhushan Pandey, actually he explained the issues in having a gold monetization scheme, since the standardization of gold possessed by the individuals was a major issue. Okay, so this is the news. And talking about gold monetization scheme, you all know the basic objective of the gold monetization scheme is to mobilize the gold which is being held by the households and also institutions in the country. Okay, this is the main objective of gold monetization scheme. And also you have to know all scheduled commercial banks excluding RRB, okay, they will be eligible to implement the scheme. Okay, so all scheduled commercial banks excluding RRB will be eligible to implement the scheme. And here you have to note 3 terms, that is CPCC, MLTJD and STBD. So let's discuss one by one. The first is CPTC, that is Collection and Purity Testing Center. So actually it is the collection and assaying centers, and it is being certified by the Bureau of Indian Standards, and also it is notified by the central government for the purpose of handling gold which is being deposited and also which is being redeemed under the GMS. Okay, that is this CPTC. And about medium and long term governmental deposits, you know, the deposit of gold made under this GMS with a designated bank in the account of central government for a time period, that is a medium period of 5 to 7 years, or for a long term period of 12 to 15 years, or for such period as may be decided from time to time by the central government. Okay, and here you have to know that the deposits, they can also be allowed to allowed for broken periods. Okay, then about this short term bank deposit, under this the deposit of gold, it should be made under GMS with a designated bank for a short term period of 1 to 3 years. Okay, and also the RBI says that the short term deposit, it should be treated as bank's own balance sheet liability. Okay, and here also the deposits, it can be allowed for broken periods. And regarding the gold monetization, you have to remember that the scheme, it allows banks customers to deposit their ideal gold holdings for a fixed period in turn for interest in the range of 2.25% to 2.50%. Okay. So, also you have to know that apart from individual and joint depositors, this scheme is available for charitable institution and central government and even state government or any other entity which is being owned by the central government or the state government. Okay. So, if you ask for the minimum deposit at any one time, it shall be 30 grams of raw gold, and specifically there is no maximum limit for deposit. Okay. Then our next topic is employees pension scheme. So why it came in news? Because the employees pension scheme, it can help employees get guaranteed pension throughout their retired life. So you all know this employees pension scheme. Basically, it is a social security scheme and it is being run by the EPFO, means Employees Provident Fund Organization, for the employees of organized sector. Okay. So the main features or the contribution to EPS is that usually an employee contributes 12% of his or her pay. That means his or her salary every month towards the EPS account, and in that 8.33%, okay, approximately 8.33% of the employee's pay, it is being remitted by the employer to EPS. Okay, and here you have to remember the central government also contributes at the rate of 1.16% of the pay of the members to the employees pension scheme. Okay, then, and if you ask for the enrollment for the scheme, all the organized sector employees in India who are being enrolled in the EPFO, they automatically become the members of EPS. Okay. So, here the pension payouts under the EPS, they are only available for employees who have put in a minimum 10 years of service with an organization which offers EPF benefits. Okay, so minimum 10 years of service is required. So, what happens if you choose to quit all employment? So, in such cases, if you choose to quit all employment without completing 10 years, then naturally you are not eligible to receive any pension, but you can apply to withdraw your accumulated EPS contribution. Okay, this is the condition. And about the pension, what happens is that under the EPS, the government, it promises to pay a monthly pension which has been calculated using a specific formula from the age of 58 until death. Okay. So, though we can say we can opt for early pension from the age of 50, it requires a steep sacrifice on the amount of monthly pension. And we can also calculate it, that is the monthly pension payable, it is being calculated based on a simple formula. That is, like the pensionable salary, it is being multiplied by the pensionable service divided by 70. Okay. So, one more time, that is the pensionable salary, it is being multiplied by the pensionable service divided by 70. And also, the pensionable salary, it is subjected to a rupees 15,000 per month cap. And here you have to remember the pensionable service, it is the number of years that you have been employed until you retire with the number capped at 35 years. Okay. Then, so, about EPFO, you know, EPFO, it is one of the world's largest social security organization in terms of clientele and the volume of financial transaction undertaken. And this EPFO, it comes under the administrative control of Ministry of Labour and Employment under Government of India. And here you have to know the board, it operates 3 schemes, that is EPF scheme of 1952, then pension scheme of 1995 and insurance scheme of 1976. That also you have to note. Clear? Then today in current affair capsule, our topic is Joint Naval Annual Quality Conclave, that is JNAQC. So the news is that this JNAQC, it is going to be held in Visakhapatnam on September 5th, 2019. And the main theme is that the transformation of QA paradigm, that is the opportunities and challenges. This is the main theme of Joint Naval Annual Quality Conclave. Okay, so here you have to know that it will be hosted by the Naval Quality Assurance Establishment under the aegis of Director General of Quality Assurance under Ministry of Defence. Okay, so here you have to know the theme and also who is the agency or the ministry concerned. Clear? So today in MAPED program, we will be dealing with the World Heritage Site. So first of all, we'll start with what is a World Heritage Site. You all know World Heritage Site means it's a place on earth which is having a special cultural or physical significance, and also it is having an outstanding universal value to the humanity. So it can be either a building, a complex or island or a lake, whatever it be. And also they have been inscribed on the World Heritage List to be protected for the future generation to appreciate and to enjoy. Clear? So next question is, who lists this World Heritage Site? So usually it is the UNESCO, which is based in Paris, that is in France. They list this World Heritage Site. And here you have to know the International World Heritage Program, which is being administered by the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. It established the sites to be listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. Clear? So the World Heritage Committee, actually it is responsible for the implementation of World Heritage Convention, and currently India is a member of World Heritage Committee. Then next you have to know, how is a World Heritage Site being selected? So first step is naturally the listing of the nomination of a site by the respective country. And next you have to know this, you have to know that the site should have an outstanding universal value. An outstanding universal value for World Heritage nomination. So in order to determine this outstanding universal value for the World Heritage nomination, there are 10 listed criteria. So our proposed nomination, it must satisfy at least one of these 10 criteria. Clear? And also, we are talking about the UNESCO's World Heritage Sites in India. The Archaeological Survey of India is a nodal agency for forwarding any request for the World Heritage status to any Indian site, whether cultural or natural site. Okay, so India now it has 35 sites including 27 cultural properties, then 7 natural sites and 1 mixed site. Okay, so the latest entries in 2016, they are Nalanda University, then Capitol Complex and Kaziranga National Park. Please note that this Kaziranga National Park, it is a mixed site. Okay, so first we will be dealing with natural sites. So here today we will start with Kaziranga National Park. So you all know the Kaziranga National Park is located in the northeastern state of Assam, in the floodplains of Brahmaputra river's south bank, and it was declared as a World Heritage Site by the UNESCO in 1985 for its unique natural environment. Okay, so first it was established as a reserve forest in 1908 in order to protect the rhino, okay, one-horned rhino. And also you have to note that it underwent several transformations over the years. That is the Kaziranga Game Sanctuary in 1916. Then it was again renamed as the Kaziranga Wildlife Sanctuary in 1950, and it was declared as a national park in 1974. So many mammals and bird species are also seen in this sanctuary. But here you have to know that it is a World Heritage Site, and this park, it hosts 2/3 of the world's great one-horned rhino. Okay, and also another peculiarity is that this Kaziranga, it has the highest density of tigers among the protected areas in the world. Clear? So here you can see the picture of Kaziranga National Park, and as I said, it is located in Assam near Brahmaputra River, on the banks of Brahmaputra River. Clear? So in the last class we were dealing with Ulhas River, and I asked you to find out the origin of Ulhas River. So many of you have commented the right answer. The answer is this Ulhas River. It originates in the valley of north of Rajmachi Hills. Okay, and it is being formed by the mountain streams draining the northern slope of those hills which are being a part of Sahyadri range of Western Ghats in the Raigad district of Maharashtra. Clear? So, today guys, your question is, please find the year in which this Kaziranga National Park was declared as a tiger reserve. Okay, and please comment it in the comment section. And today in Prelims question revision series, our question is, La Nina is suspected to have caused recent floods in Australia. So, how is La Nina different from El Nino? And you are given two options, that is, La Nina, it is characterized by unusual cold ocean temperature in equatorial Indian Ocean, whereas El Nino, it is being characterized by unusual warm ocean temperature in the equatorial Pacific Ocean. And second one, El Nino, it has adverse effect on the southwest monsoon of India, but La Nino has no effect on the monsoon climate. These are the options. So, which of the statement given are correct? And our options: A, 1 only, B, 2 only, C, both 1 and 2, and D, neither 1 nor 2. Okay, so this is a direct question from the geography. So, you all know basically, you all know this El Nino and La Nino. These are the events. Which are a natural part of global climatic system itself. So, naturally they occur when the Pacific Ocean and the atmosphere above it change from their normal state for several reasons. So, we can say this El Nino, they are associated with the warming of central and eastern tropical Pacific, while this La Nino events, they are reversed. That means with a sustained cooling of these same areas. So, as a whole, you can remember like La Nino, it is a cold event in the Pacific Ocean, while this El Nino, it is a warm event. Okay, so what happens? These changes in the Pacific Ocean and its overlying atmosphere, it occurs in a cycle which is known as El Nino Southern Oscillation, or this short form ENSO. So, the atmosphere and the ocean, it interacts or reinforce each other, and they create a feedback loop which amplifies the small changes in the state of ocean into ENSO event. So, what happens is that when it is clear that the ocean and atmosphere are fully coupled, and this ENSO event is considered to be established. Okay, so as a whole, simply guys, you can remember like this La Nino, it is sometimes referred to as the cold phase of ENSO, and El Nino as the warm phase of ENSO. So, as a whole, this ENSO, it induces warm zones in the Pacific. It causes warm air over them to rise and initiate the circulation of cells. So, such cells, they will along the northern Australia, Indonesia, and even the eastern edge of Indian Ocean, they could have their downdraft sites over a nascent monsoon circulation cell in the Indian Ocean. Okay, and this would disrupt its formation, and it can even cause poor monsoon rains over the subcontinent. Clear? So, from this you can understand that in our option, both the options are not there actually. Okay. So, our answer will be D, that is neither 1 nor 2. So, guys, our answer is D, that is neither 1 nor 2. So, that's all for today's session, and if you have any doubt, please comment it in the comment section. Thank you for listening.